Good win, of course, tonight. Just focusing firstly on the pitching staff, 17 strikeouts, the most in franchise history between these two teams facing. What did you like about all of your arms, including Pablo Lopez with a terrific start?
Yeah, during the game, in the dugout, sometimes we don't look at the statistics and the counting stats like that. I didn't know that. But the way Pablo was getting swing and miss in the game today was, you knew it was good. And, he put together an outing where he was missing bats with his fastball. He had some really kind of interesting movement today on his changeup. It seemed like it was moving even more so than in other outings, and it almost looked like it was a curveball from the side the way it was dropping. And he had something going on today that was a little different than some of his other starts, and in a good way. He wished he had a few more pitches to work with after the outing, but overall, just a fantastic outing by him, and all the guys that came in did a really nice job out of the pen. They really got to the point, and did nice work. But it worked on both sides today. The pitching was really good. We made the plays. But the at-bats were also pretty excellent. We kept stacking a lot of good at-bats.
Getting Royce Lewis and Willie Castro back in, it kind of completes your lineup. How much does that help for Buxton, Correa to get pitches? People can't work around those guys because of those other bats that you now have.
Well, yeah, it definitely lengthens us in a lot of different ways. You add Royce, that's one. You add Willie, and Willie's a switch hitter, and he really finds a way to match up pretty well against a lot of different pitchers that you're going to face. So we feel like we're getting stronger, and we're getting back to a place where we put a lot of our regulars on the field on a daily basis. Now, the guys that stepped in and did some good work for us, they're still going to be there, and they're still going to be called upon, and they'll be ready. But being able to add our guys back into the lineup, it does a lot, and I think we're getting better right now when we add these guys back.
How much can a home run like that help Carlos get back to where he knows he usually should be?
Yeah, those things always help with confidence in our game, no matter who you are. Even when you're a superstar, you put a really good swing on the ball. Believe me, you go to bed feeling real good, and you show up the next day feeling even better coming in. But it was a big swing and a winning effort, and he's going to always be grinding and working. He makes great adjustments. He's going to continually get better as the season goes on. But he smoked that one. He did.
Lefties always seem to trouble Pablo, or they have given him more trouble. How encouraging was that to see that against the line with 7 lefties in there?
Yeah, and that's 2 outings in a row for Pablo against similar types of lineups. Maybe different types of players, but definitely left-handed heavy, and sometimes you have to work a little harder in different ways and make pitches in different ways when you don't get any, I don't want to say easy, but easier at bats when you face a right-handed heavy lineup. And every pitcher's different. This has been something that Pablo's been continually working on. It's why he manipulated and made some changes with his changeup, and he's throwing 2 of them now. He's not just switching it up; he's actually just adding more and more to his arsenal. So I think you're seeing a lot of that. I think you're seeing different ways for him to use his fastball, and honestly, Pablo's. He's a thinker, and he's always going to continually get better and find ways to attack things that he wants to do better. And these left-handed lineups, you're right, have been a little more challenging for him at times, but the way he's attacked them the last 2 outings, rarely do you get a chance to prove just what those adjustments are made of, because you don't face very many 7 and 8 hitter left-handed lineups. He looked fantastic these last 2 outings, so I don't think he could throw the ball too much better against this type of lineup.